Okay, so hello guys, welcome back to my channel Raspberry Teaches. Uh, in the last part, we studied about ingestion in our that starts in our mouth, and the agents present in our mouth that help in digestion, 30% digestion, which happens in our mouth. So, quick recall: those agents were teeth, which helps in chewing, grinding, and cutting, also tearing. Then there was saliva. Saliva contains the enzyme and lysozymes which kills the bacterial cell wall of respirators, and salivary amylase will digest carbohydrates and fats. Okay. So today we will learn about the second part in which happens in esophagus. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, I was saying that in the part two we will learn about the esophagus, which is the second part, second process of the digestion. So for that I have a diagram of the esophagus. Here it is. Okay, so this is esophagus. In esophagus, we this is our mouth. This is entrance, our mouth. Then see here. Here you can see there is a small red thing. This is the first sphincter, the first opening, which is ovula. And what does it do? It prevents the food to go to the nasal cavity. Means the food comes from here, like if the food intake is coming. So if, because of this ovula, the food is blocked to go to the nasal cavity. But sometimes we know that sarakna. So what is sarakna? That the ovula malfunctions and the food is then passed through the nasal cavity. That is sarakna. So ovula prevents food from going to nasal cavity. Okay. Okay. Uh, then here, um, this is our esophagus. The wait, this whole part is our food pipe called esophagus. Esophagus, our food pipe. This whole line. So what is it? It is that 1/3 of our esophagus is voluntary. Means we can control 1/3 of our esophagus. Um may have observed that when we eat something and when we have to choke it, means जब हम लोग उसको निगलना चाहते हैं तो we can control and उसको हम लोग निगल सकते हैं एक पर्टिकुलर डिस्टेंस तक. मीन्स हम लोग आधा गला तक निगल सकते हैं, वो कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं कि निगलना है कि वापस बाहर निकालना है, और उसके बाद हम लोग कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते. तो ये है मेन फूड पाइप ऑस्फेगस जहाँ से खाना जाता है. फिर इधर देखो, इधर आता है ये एपिग्लॉटिस. एपिग्लॉटिस. Okay. So what is epiglottis? Epiglottis is another sphincter, another what we say, another blockage. Yeah. Epiglottis is another blockage which prevents the food particles to go to our lungs, um, and that is also choking. So how epiglottis works? Like this is epiglottis. So when food particles are here, it closes. Okay, it closes and let the food particle pass through there. And when we take air, we breathe. So the food comes from here, and this ovula opens like this. Okay, the ovula opens like this, and the food is sorry, not food. The air passes through this, and also the epiglottis. Epiglottis also opens like this, and the air is passed through glottis. And what is this? This is glottis. This is epiglottis, and this is glottis. Okay. So the air goes through glottis and then through our lungs, and from that respiration takes place. Okay. So let's close it as we have to pass the food. It is closed. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. And this is also closed. So then the main questions which arises from this esophagus section is that is digestion taking place in esophagus? Means, does any digestion occurs in esophagus? Um, so the answer for this is no. Why? Because esophagus doesn't have any kinds of enzymes. Yeah, esophagus do not have any enzymes, so no digestion takes place here. Um, and the only function, only work of esophagus is to transport the food, to move the food from our mouth to our stomach. Here is our stomach. So the main function of this is to move the food to our stomach. So then another question arises that how our esophagus moves the food from our mouth to our stomach, um, and the answer for this will be through peristaltic movement. This is an important word, peristaltic. Oh, my mouse is not working. Sorry. Mm, hmm. Okay, let me write again. Peristaltic movement. This is the movement which happens from the mouth, from the esophagus, so we can write mouth, to the anus. Peristaltic movement happens from the mouth to the anus. And what is peristaltic movement? So in peristaltic, you may have uh, observed leech or any that type of species organism moving. So how they move? They also move through peristaltic, means this happens like this is our esophagus. Okay. So what happens is the food is coming from here. Okay. So what happens that this, so what happens is this part shrinks, means this, ये जो है सिकुड़ जाता है. And when ये सिकुड़ जाता है तो क्या होता है कि like this food particle and this is applying pressure, और ये सिकुड़ जा रहा है तो क्या हो रहा है कि फूड पार्टिकल यहाँ ये बंद हो गया. ओके. तो जब ये आप अप्लाई हुआ प्रेशर तो ये ऐसे सिकुड़ गया, तो इधर से प्रेशर आता है और ये फूड पार्टिकल आगे चल जाता है, यहाँ पे आ गया. और इधर क्या होता है, जैसे ये पार्ट सिकुड़ा तो ये पार्ट फूल गया ऐसे, लाइक when this part shrinks, then this part inflates and the food particle goes here. Okay. Then when this part shrinks, this part inflates. Okay. So it is a continuous chain movement in which the food, like this is a food particle here. Okay. So this part is shrunken and this is inflated. So then what happens again? The walls will shrink and applying a pressure, making it narrow, and the food particle again go down, and when it goes down this region inflates and the food particle is now here. So this is what is peristaltic movement. Okay. So this comes in exam. Okay. Peristaltic movement. Then comes the stomach. Okay. We can also write the definition of peristaltic movement. So the definition of this will be uh, Wait, it could be yeah, contract contraction and relaxation movement is known as peristaltic movement. Okay. Hmm. This is peristaltic. Then comes the stomach. Here is our stomach. So what happens in stomach? Let me draw a clear new diagram for this stomach. Mm, yeah, this is nice. Okay. Uh, let the stomach diagram be here. Okay. So this is the esophagus, food pipe here, and then there is our stomach. It is like a bean bag shaped. It is shaped as a bean bag. Hmm. Okay. So this is our stomach, and in our stomach, at this part, first if we, let's discuss from the top. At this part where the food pipe and the stomach is connected, here is a sphincter. What is a sphincter? Sphincter stops the movement from the opposite direction. Like for example, the food is coming from this side. Okay, so the this collapse this is here. Okay, and the food is able to pass. But because when the food is passed, it all then it again contracts in this position, and no food can be passed to here because there comes a blockage. Okay, so this is sphincter. But there's a problem, like when we feel vomiting, when we vomit, what happens is that because of extreme pressure, this sphincter is opened the other way. And when it is opened the other way, we feel a sharp pain in this region where our sphincter is located. So you may have observed when we feel vomiting, when we feel like we are going to vomit, then we feel a pain in our stomach. Means just upper side of the stomach. Okay. So this is what happens when we feel vomiting. The food, the vomiting. What we can say, the chime. Uh, chime. What is chime? Chime is liquid food. Okay. It is like dalia. We can say dalia. It is like liquid food, which is a stew. You may know stew. Okay, you can search it online. Stew. So this is what happens in vomiting. Um, but in normal condition, the sphincter is in this way and blocking the movement of food in opposite direction. So the stomach is divided into three parts. Okay, let me draw. So first is part one. Here is part two, and this is part three. So the uppermost part here, this is known as fundus. Fundus, and what it contains? It contains gas. Then a question arises. Then why all the gas is collected in the fundus and not in any other region of our stomach? So we know that the main what is the gases which are made in our in our stomach is first how the gases are made. So the bacteria in our food, when it is killed and when it is killed, by the concentrated hydrochloric acid. Then it releases carbon monoxide and various other gases, and all those gases are collected in the fundus. This is a good color. So all the gases is collected in the fundus. Okay. Why in fundus? Because it is the uppermost region, and we know that gas is lighter than everything which is present. So because of pressure differential, all the gas is collected here. Uh, okay. So this is fundus, which contains gas, and gas is produced by bacteria. Then comes the middlemost part, which is also called cardiac, or we can say body. So in cardiac or body, digestion takes place, and it is the largest part of the stomach. Largest, largest part of stomach. Okay, and in this region, the digestion takes place, and then comes the lowermost part, which is also called pylori. This is called pylori. So pylori, in also pylori also digestion takes place, and in pylori, let me write it clearly. It is not visible. I think because my writing is very bad. Uh, Pylori. Okay. So in pylori also digestion takes place, but these are the final steps of digestion. Means the like about 70 to 80% digestion takes place in cardiac, and then the rest is happening in pylori, in all the stomach. And then after pylori, the food is transferred through this into intestine. Okay. So the question in stomach, the main questions which are in stomach are first is what are the things released in stomach? Okay, let me write it here. What are the things released by stomach? Are the things released or um, released by the released spelling is wrong, no? R-E-A, I think. L, really, realized. No. Oh my god. This vocabulary is very wrong. Let it be. What are the things released by the stomach? So basically, there are three things released by the stomach of an adult. So what are they? The first, which you all may have known, is HCl, hydrochloric acid. Okay. Then second is an digestive enzyme. What is name of digestive enzyme? It is pepsin. Sorry, pepsinogen. Oh, sorry. Pepsinogen. So pepsinogen is an enzyme also. Protein digestive is it digests protein in our stomach. Okay, pepsinogen. But it is inactive. I will talk about it later. Then there's mucus to protect the wall of stomach um, from the hydrochloric acid. And there's also another protein which is not present in adults. It is only present in infants, which is renin. And what is renin? So renin is milk digesting protein, and it digests protein. It is only in infants. Okay. It is very less amount in adults. So renin is a milk protein that breaks down casein. Casein is milk, okay? Milk protein is casein into procasein, which is like curd. Casein into procasein, okay? This is the use of renin. Casein is milk protein, and procasein is like curd, which is digested form. Okay, means all the milk proteins are absorbed when it is procasein. Then, what are the uses of HCl in our stomach? This is also a question. Okay, so what are the uses of HCl? So basically, there are 2 to 3 uses of HCl. So the first one is to kill pathogens. It kills pathogens. When what are pathogens? Harmful bacteria are called pathogens. Okay, you may have studied it in class 8, I think. Pathogen. It kills pathogens. Okay, and the second rule of HCl is that you remember pepsinogen. Yeah, this pepsinogen. So this pepsinogen is inactive. Okay, pepsinogen is inactive means it is insoluble, inactive and insoluble. Pepsinogen. It is inactive. And it needs an acidic medium to be activated. So when HCl is released in our stomach, it creates an acidic environment and acidic medium which helps the pepsinogen into pepsin. And what is pepsin? Pepsin is active, and this pepsin is the only which converts, which digests protein, and pepsinogen is just the inactive form of it. It is inactive, and this is active, and this needs acidic medium. Okay, acidic medium. So these okay. There's another reason. It is common thing. You may all have guessed it. It is that to make the stomach medium basic and basic, so that pepsinogen can be converted into pepsin. Make stomach acidic. Okay, so these are the roles of HCl. Then from this stomach, the food particles goes to intestine, and about that I will talk in the next video, and the next video is gonna be soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please care of liking it, and please subscribe my channel. Hope you liked it if you are watching till now. So thank you. Have a nice day.